Mabuhay! Well, today we're having a new topic to discuss, which is the interpersonal skills. But before that, let me introduce to you myself first. By the way, I am Nicole Lumor from BSTM E2021. And to formally start our discussion, let me introduce to you my group members coming from Group 1, Krystel Dionisio, Raygie Ledesma, Liezel Colipano, and Krystal Nalunat. What is interpersonal skills? No matter what you do in your life, it will always involve working with other people, so it is important to develop good communication skills. Interpersonal skills are traits you rely on when you interact and communicate with others. They cover a variety of scenarios where communication and cooperations are essential. Interpersonal communication is the process of exchange of information, ideas, and feelings between two or more people through verbal or nonverbal method. It often includes face-to-face exchange of information in the form of voice, facial expressions, body language, and gestures. The level of one's interpersonal communication skills is measured through the effectiveness of transferring message to others. Interpersonal skills are the skills we use every day when we communicate and interact with other people, both individually and in groups. They include a wide range of skills, but particularly communication skills such as listening and effective speaking. They also include the ability to control and manage your emotions. People with strong interpersonal skills tend to be able to work well with other people, including in teams or groups, formally and informally. They communicate effectively with others, whether family, friends, colleagues, customers, or clients. They also have better relationships at home and at work. First, communication skills. This includes verbal communication, what we say and how we say, as well as nonverbal communication, our body language and tone of voice. Also part of good communication skills are listening, our ability to correct, interpret what other person is trying to communicate. Second, team working. Our ability to become a valuable member of the team, give constructive feedback to others, and accept feedback from other members of the team. Third, negotiation and influencing skills. While working with other people, you will often have to sell your ideas and come to win-win outcomes. Fourth, problem solving and decision making. People like to be around of those who are not afraid to make a decision and take action. The best part is that you can improve your interpersonal skills by developing your awareness on how you interact with others and practicing your skills to develop your interpersonal skills. Why are interpersonal skills important? Interpersonal skills are important for communicating and working with groups and individuals in your personal and professional life. People with strong interpersonal skills tend to build good relationships and can work well with others. They understand family, friends, co-workers, and clients well. People often enjoy working with colleagues who have good interpersonal skills. Other benefits of interpersonal skills include the ability to solve problems and making good decisions. You can use interpersonal communication skills and the ability to understand others to come to the best solution or make the best decision for everyone involved. People with interpersonal skills also tend to make good leaders because of their ability to communicate with and motivate those around them. Strong interpersonal skills help you stand out from the crowd, whether it is in a college group activity or job interview. They complement your technique abilities, enhance performance, boost social interactions, and give you an edge over your competition. Here are some advantages of good interpersonal skills. Builds team dynamics. People with great interpersonal skills make the best team players. They gel easily with their team and people like to place their trust in them. Develops key life skills like problem solving and decision making. The best thing you can learn while developing interpersonal skills is problem solving and decision making. For example, you have good relationship and associations with everyone in your team. People tend to turn to your advice, and this will help you gain immense experience in identifying solutions to critical problems and taking decisions. Strength communication. This is another vital soft skills. Effective communication of goals and agendas improve not only the output of the project but also the morale of the team. Enhances employment opportunities. Organizations are always interested in candidates with excellent interpersonal skills as they can be effective communicators, great leaders, good team players, and efficient managers. Paved path to success. These skills will always help you reach your goals, no matter how great your technique skills are. Interpersonal skills will also play a major role towards your path to success.
Good day everyone. Let's talk about interpersonal skill list. First is communication. But before we dive in deeper and get to the importance of effective communication in the workplace, we need to understand the basics. Communication skills include absorbing, sharing, and understanding information presented, and communicating, whether by pen, mouth, etc., in a way that others grasp. Respecting others' points of view through engagement and interest, using relevant knowledge, know-how, and skills to explain and clarify thoughts and ideas, listening to others when they communicate, asking questions to better understand. Next one is conflict resolution, and other one is decision making. This list shows the type of decision and initiative skills. It also shows decision related skills like communication and problem solving skills, ethical decision making skills, consumer decision making process, team decision making skills, executive decision making, consensus decision making skills, shared decision making skills, medical decision making skills, rational decision-making, data-driven decision-making skills, intuitive decision-making ability, evidence-based decision-making, program decision-making, and last one is military decision-making process. And also we have a leadership, relationship building, mediation, and problem solving. Problem solving skills consist of a set of skills that help you identify the problem, propose solutions, choose the best one, and implement it. Next is teamwork or collaborative. Teamwork skills consist of interrelated abilities that let you work effectively in an organized group. Teamwork skills are vital to employers as team as are basic organizational unit within many companies. Teamwork happens when people cooperate and use their individual skills to achieve common goals. And the last two is negotiation and listening. These are interpersonal skill lists. Now, as we mentioned in the previous section, people skill definition often encompasses your attitude and demeanor. So, here's a follow-up list of people skills that are not as much skills per se. They are character and personality traits vital to being considered a people person. Ability to work under pressure, adaptability, creative, dependability, emotional, intelligence, patience, responsibility, self-motivation. Okay, now that we've defined the meaning of interpersonal skills and listed example, let's take a closer look at some of the top interpersonal skills to see why employers value them so much. Interpersonal skill in the workplace. Interpersonal communication skills, it's no accident that communication skill topped the list. Arguably, communication could be the only people skill synonym that you will ever need. Why? Because there's so much more to effective interpersonal communication skills than speaking coherently. It's also about active listening, persuading, negotiating, influencing, and sending non-verbal cues. The ability to communicate effectively is the single most important reason that allowed the entire humanity to become what it is today. Some jobs, PR, specialist, spokesperson, and etc. maybe require higher level communication skills such as public speaking, for example.
Good day everyone, my name is Raygie Ledesma from BSTM E2021. And now, I will discuss the topic about leadership, decision making, conflict resolution, and teamwork collaboration. First is leadership. Leadership, just as any other skill, can be learned. But in contrast to other interpersonal skills, the degree to which you can learn it is highly correlated with your character traits such as dependability, patience, responsibility, self-motivation, or emotional intelligence. Next is decision making. If you're surprised it's listed among interpersonal skills, try to look at it from a different perspective. Your personal choices can affect people around you. Do you empathize with others enough to see the implications of the decisions you make? Can you communicate an unpopular decision in a way that will make people see your point? Or if a decision is to be made by a group, can you weigh in all the pros and cons? Can you present a balanced viewpoint? And finally, are you matured enough to be held accountable for decisions? Third is conflict resolution. More often than not, conflicts results from miscommunication. Are you observant enough to nip them in the bud? Or if they escalate, will you be able to mediate? Find the root cause and ultimately solve the problem. Do you have the patience necessary to talk to people whose emotions hijack their sensibility? Last but not the least is a teamwork collaboration. Teamwork companies do their best to break out of the so-called silo mentality. This is only possible when team members not only collaborate within their teams but also form cross-functional alliance, share knowledge, and help one another. This is how interpersonal skills should work at their best. As you see, the importance of the interpersonal skills in the workplace cannot be underestimated. Communication and interpersonal skills are important for successful project management, building team dynamics, as well as effective and efficient pan-departmental collaboration. In short, they are cornerstones of any successful collaborative effort.
Alabangab, mabuhay BSTM E2021. I am Liezel Colipano, and let's learn more about interpersonal skills to help you in your future.
When it comes to work skills, they can be broken down into two types: hard skills and soft skills. They're pretty different from one another, but both are necessary to be successful on the job. Let's take a look at the differences between the two. Hard skills are concrete skills that are specific to your job and are required for you to actually do your work. For example, if you're a chef, cooking would be a hard skill. Or if you're a computer programmer, coding would be an example. Soft skills, on the other hand, are interpersonal or people skills that can be used in every job. These include communication, teamwork, and adaptability. Hard skills are generally learned through school, training, or previous work experience. They're more objective, meaning that once you've learned the information or task, you would then possess that skill. Soft skills are more difficult to develop. You'll need to practice them over time in the real world with others. They come naturally to some people, while others may not have such an easy time with them. Hard skills are easy to measure. Employers can get a good idea of your hard skills by looking at your education, previous experience, and certifications. Soft skills are harder to evaluate. They can't really be communicated well through your cover letter or resume. Instead, employers usually have to wait until an interview or your first few weeks on the job to get a good idea of your soft skills. Despite their differences, you'll need both hard and soft skills if you want to become more hireable or be successful in your current job.
Here's the thing, the various variety of job seekers are not only interested in finding a good answer to question. Here are some lessons. How to describe interpersonal skills on resume. To cut the long story short, when writing a resume, relevance is the name of the game. First off, if you're looking for a job where people skills place first fiddle, such as a teacher, administrative assistant, customer service specialist, or any healthcare, managerial, or communication-related positions, chances are can easily identify the interpersonal skills employers are looking for by examining the job ad itself. The examples below come from the job listing for position of public relation coordinator. Establish and maintain relationship with key locals influencers, editor, stylist, and publicist. Lies with each market to ensure strategy and product pushes are on track. Work on all team-wide PR initiatives, parties, launches, events, strategies, and sessions. Collaborate on and contribute ideas for men's PR initiatives. Organize, track, and maintain product orders or return from editors. Coordinate seasonal product photo shoot. Coordinate daily, weekly editorial reports, working closely with brand communications team on weekly, monthly recaps. Excellent written and verbal communication skills, ability to cooperate with the influential internal and external partners, self-starters with strong initiative, ownership, and accountability for business. Ability to work initiative in high-pressure, fast-paced, deadline-driven environment. If this job offer seems like it's almost entirely spun around the strong interpersonal skill, it's because this is exactly the case. PR jobs require candidates to have nothing short but outstanding people skills. People skills to put on resume. Example, build and maintain relationship with 20 plus influencers, including bloggers, editors, and stylists. That led to a 20% increase in media visibility. Collaborate with a cross-functional team, comprise people from 5 different departments on company-wide PR initiative to develop a new employee branding strategy. Collaborate with internal and external partners. Thanks to strong influencing skills, secured 30 plus editorial product placement in high fashion magazines. The rule of the thumb is to describe your experience using the language from the job ad. This way, you can be sure that all the relevant keywords are not missing from your resume and all the interpersonal skills the employer is after there.
The skills section of your resume can make a huge difference during the job search. No matter what kind of experience you have, we'll guide you through the do's and don'ts of an effective skills section. First, don't include obsolete or irrelevant skills. Obsolete skills make your resume look out of date, and while you may have valuable experience from other parts of your career, you should only include skills related to the job you're pursuing. Next, list your most relevant skills first. Make each entry brief and specific, but feel free to include as many relevant entries as you need. When it comes to character traits, don't list them as skills. Although qualities like hardworking and dedicated are positive, simply listing them won't win over hiring managers. Instead, show these traits through the tasks and achievements of your work experience. Organize your skills to keep things readable. Group related entries together, such as your computer skills, language skills, and so on. You can simply list them, or if you have several skills of the same type, you can organize them into categories. Don't include anything personal, religious, or political. Personal skills are typically unnecessary and unrelated to your job search. In the US, religious or politically related skills are generally not included, but this can vary from country to country. Take the time to optimize the skills section, and it will hopefully be a highlight of your resume.
And remember to describe your interpersonal skills in terms of achievements. But you know what? You can still give your people skills more prominence on your resume. This is how will you do it. Take a long hard look at your experience section and extract its very essence. You're likely to end up with a list that look like something like this. Key skills on resume or people skills.
verbal communication, influencing, persuasion, relationship building, teamwork or collaboration, creativity, self-motivation, and problem solving. Not bad, right? Here is the best part. There are not just some random interpersonal skills. They've been fished out on your very own experience section. It means you can prove them in an interview by making reference to a specific bullet point in your experience section. But there are still room in your resume to put your great interpersonal skill in limelight. Where? In your resume objective or resume summary. Resume objective, interpersonal skill examples. A collaborative public relations specialist with strong initiative and 2 years of experience, strive in high-pressure, fast-paced environment. In previous role, secured 30-plus editorial projects placement in high-fashion magazines among others. If your resume shows the recruiter that you've got that looking for right off the bat, you can be sure they will spend more than 7 seconds reading it. As you can see, there are a list of couple ways which is you can showcase your interpersonal effectiveness skills on resume.
Good day everyone, I am Krystal Nalunat and I will discuss how to improve interpersonal skills. We already know that interpersonal skills is another word for people skills. You understand the importance of interpersonal skills and you know how to show them on your resume. But what if you feel like your interpersonal skills aren't up to par? Not to worry, let's take a look at some basic ways to improve interpersonal skills. First is identify your strengths and weaknesses. Yes, it is obvious, but in many cases, all it takes for a person to improve is to realize their exit areas for improvement in the first place. If you're unable to identify your good and bad sides by yourself, you may want to check out of these online resources. The self-assessment questionnaire will help you to understand how to develop your interpersonal skills or identify areas that you can practice and improve. Once you have completed the questionnaire, you will be provided with some feedback designed to help you recognize areas that you can improve. What are interpersonal skills? Interpersonal skills describe how we interact with others, whether in a social or occupational setting, although generally in the business world it is considered to refer to an individual's ability to maintain an amiable environment with coworkers while efficiently completing that which is required in their occupational role. The characteristics assessed by the interpersonal skills test are follows. First is emotional intelligence, which refers to one's ability to assess, identify, and manage the emotions of themselves and others around them. It is indicative of an individual's likelihood to consider the emotional needs of others in regard to areas such as decision-making or team-based exercises. Next is teamworking, which suggests the extent to which an individual may be comfortable working with others and the efficiency of the work completed during such tasks. Third is empathy, which is indicative of how able the candidate is in regard to recognition of others' current emotional state as well as their own. Fourth is integrity, which relates to the consistency of other values, actions, and truthfulness, and is often influential in how respected that individual may be, as well as the value placed in their opinion. Last is social boldness, which incorporates confidence, assertiveness, and courage and applies it to a social context. For example, those who convey social boldness are not likely to shy away from conflict and will assert themselves when they feel it necessary, such as standing up for their own beliefs or those of others, and are generally considered able to express themselves freely. Watch these TED Talks and practice interpersonal communication. We've selected a couple of TED Talks you may want to watch and get inspired by regardless of how good or bad your interpersonal skills are. Take some online courses in interpersonal skills. If you're really serious about improving interpersonal skills, you may want to enroll in an online course. There is plethora to choose from. What's more, you can find more interpersonal skills courses profiled for particular jobs such as engineering or software development. Browse through Udemy and Coursera libraries and find the ones best suited for your needs.
Hi, I'm here to talk to you about the importance of praise, admiration, and thank you, and having it be specific and genuine. And the way I got interested in this was I noticed in myself when I was growing up and until about a few years ago that I would want to say thank you to someone, I would want to praise them, I'd want to take in their praise of me, and I'd just stop it. And I asked myself why. I felt shy, I felt embarrassed. And then my question became, am I the only one who does this? So I decided to investigate. I'm fortunate enough to work in the rehab facility, so I get to see people who are facing life and death with addiction. And sometimes it comes down to something as simple as their core wound is their father died without ever saying he was proud of them. But then they hear from all the family and friends that the father told everybody else that he was proud of him, but he never told the son. It's because he didn't know that his son needed to hear it. So my question is, why don't we ask for the things that we need? I know a gentleman married for 25 years who's longing to hear his wife say, thank you for being the breadwinner so I could stay home with the kids, but won't ask. I know a woman who's good at this. She once a week meets with her husband and says, I would like you to thank me for all these things I did in the house and with the kids. And he goes, oh, this is great, this is great. And praise really does have to be genuine, but she takes responsibility for that. And a friend of mine, April, who I've had since kindergarten, she thanks her children for doing their chores. And she said, why wouldn't I thank it, even though they're supposed to do it? So the question is, why was I blocking it? Why were other people blocking it? Why can I say I'll take my steak medium rare, I need size 6 shoes, but I won't say, would you praise me this way? And it's because I'm giving you critical data about me. I'm telling you where I'm insecure. I'm telling you where I need your help. And I'm treating you, my inner circle, like you're the enemy. Because what can you do with that data? You could neglect me, you could abuse it, or you could actually meet my need. And I took my bike into the bike store. I love this. Same bike, and they do something called truing the wheels. The guy said, you know, when you true the wheels, it's going to make the bike so much better. I get the same bike back, and they've taken all the little warps out of those same wheels I've had for 2.5 years, and my bike is like new. So I'm going to challenge all of you. I want you to true your wheels. Be honest about the praise that you need to hear. What do you need to hear? Go home to your wife. Go ask her, what does she need? Go home to your husband, what does he need? Go home and ask those questions and then help the people around you. And it's simple. Why should we care about this? We talk about world peace. How can we have world peace with different cultures, different languages? I think it starts household by household, under the same roof. So let's make it right in our own backyard. And I wanted to thank all of you in the audience for being great husbands, great mothers, friends, daughters, sons. And maybe somebody's never said that to you, but you've done a really, really good job. And thank you for being here and just showing up and changing the world with your ideas. Thank you.
Takeaways. Here's a quick summary of all you need to remember about interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are a people skills synonym. They refer to your ability to interact with other people. People skills are an important hiring factor. Sometimes they aren't dubbed employable skills. All employers value candidates and employees with excellent interpersonal skills. You can show off your interpersonal skills on a resume in at least a couple of ways. If you feel like your interpersonal skills need a boost, there are a lot of resources available online for you to test and improve them. Thank you for listening. We sincerely appreciate your attention this afternoon. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for interest and attention.